So the UDLs that I selected were checkpoint 8.3 and checkpoint 8.4. So if we go back, checkpoint 8.3 is fostering collaboration and community. So the resource that I found for this UDL is going to be ClickUp, which is right here. This is their website, and ClickUp essentially allows students to collaborate and work with one another on they have collaboration through Word documents and also like through shared whiteboards. So those are some of their features that help promote collaboration, as well as they have checklists and kind of like a planner for students to lay out deadlines and to break down what they will need to be doing for their assignment, which I think is very helpful as students plan projects. So that is something that we could benefit from using in the classroom. A limitation is that the ClickUp is not a free product originally, so there is the limited version of ClickUp, so you have limited space, and some of the features that the website talks about are only featured in the more expensive versions. So we can go here. So yes, there's the free forever version, which has an amount of 100 megabytes of storage, but it doesn't have an unlimited storage. And then there are also other features that you can get in the unlimited that you do not get in the free, so that is one of the disadvantages. Additionally, so the cost is $7 a month for the unlimited, so that is kind of expensive. Overall, the reviews for ClickUp seem pretty positive. Most of the reviews I found were in the 4 range. This particular one had it rated as a 4.6 out of 5. So that is pretty positive, and the main concern that they had was the ease of use, which is something that ClickUp acknowledges on their own website. Is it might be difficult for students to learn how to start using it. However, I feel like once they get adapted to it, it would be a valuable tool. And in the classroom, I think this would be a great tool to use while you are teaching a project or working on a collaborative essay. Students are able to have one shared place that they can work together. And also the planner feature I think is very helpful to have in that same space, because then they can review what it is that they're expected to do. So I think ClickUp would be a valuable tool to use for promoting collaboration in the classroom. And then our next UDL that I had was increase mastery-oriented feedback. So instead of having grades that just tell you how many points you got on an assignment, looking at having your grades align and your feedback align with your mastery goals and your learning goals. So the resource that I found for mastery-oriented feedback is actually very similar to the one that I'm using right now, which is a screencaster. So, while I was researching for effective feedback tips, I found that having both visual and audio feedback for students is valuable, because they can save that feedback for later so they can remember it, and also because you can show students exactly what you expect from their assignments and what you thought that they did well. So I think having a video you can show maybe on an essay a specific paragraph and then bring up the rubric to show where they hit those points, or maybe how they might be able to hit those points in the future by pulling up the rubric and having the assignment on the same screen, I think is very valuable instead of having them be separate. And also just being able to hear is a benefit, see and hear is a benefit, because some people are more visual learners, some people are more auditory learners, so that way feedback hits more of the points for all students instead of just having be visual or audio. So I think that is effective. The actual tool that we used would be the ScreenPal, so the same recording application that I'm using right now, and the reason that I selected it is because it's very easy to use, and we're able to, but the limitation is that it doesn't work for all types of computers or laptops, so you'd have to adjust, maybe look at the other resources depending on the type of device you have, so that is a limitation. The version that I'm using of ScreenPal is free, and a feature is that it's very easy to upload it to YouTube, so you're able to share this feedback with students in a visual and auditory way. So I think that's very important for being able to give effective feedback that students are able to understand. And a classroom application, again, is where you're giving that out as part of a feedback for an essay, or maybe a large group project where you want to show how the rubric lines up with what they turned in as their final product. Thank you.